All right. We are back with day 2 of Trading for Charity. Welcome, everybody. Once again, my name is Patrick France, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Glad to be with you all. Hopefully, everybody is having a good Friday so far. I already see Jay coming in. Hey there, Jay. Hopefully, you're doing well. I got Boston in the background. Awesome. Thank you, Boston, for being here. First and foremost, welcome, everybody. As you guys can see right above me, we are close to reaching our first goal. Or our first milestone. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully we can reach that today. Maybe even get to the second one. We'll have to wait and see. So waiting for everybody to get in. I know I set the notification. Should be going out any minute now. To let people know that we are live for our day 2 of our Trading for Charity event, where we teach you not only how to become financially independent through the use of the stock market, but also at the same time raising money for a great cause, which is Levine Children's Hospital. So there's 2 ways to donate, just to get this out of the way. Do a little housekeeping first and foremost. But there's going to be 2 ways to donate here. So you can either, well, first and foremost, you can type in !tips in the chat to get the link there. But that will allow you to either donate directly through us using that link, or you can donate directly to Levine Children's Hospital, whichever one you prefer. Either way, it's all going to go to Levine Children's Hospital. So if you donate directly to us, all of that money that we raise will be used to go buy food or toys, clothes, books, you name it, that will be donated directly to Levine Children's Hospital from the VV Nation. And if you decide to use the other link, you can send that money directly to them, and that'll go towards their general fund. So you can use, once again, !tips in the comments or in the chat there to get those links for yourself, or you can click on the links down in the description of today's video. The other thing you can do is !milestones will give you a list of those milestones that shows you what we've got in store to help you guys continue, to keep you guys motivated really to push for the Trading for Charity and raising as much money as possible. What about Glenn's Chick-fil-A fund? I don't really ever see him eating Chick-fil-A too often, Jay, to be completely fair. So I see a lot of people just getting in here. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully you guys are having a good Friday. Just by a quick show of hands, how many people, type in 1 in the chat if you've followed me on Twitter, if you've seen my most recent Twitter post. Type in a 2 if not. That's fine. You don't have to. If you haven't, that's fine. I did place a trade earlier this morning though, and I updated it on my Twitter page like I said I would. So if you guys are following along with some of the trades that we're doing, you can follow that there and see exactly the trades that I'm looking at. So if anybody, I see a few 2s coming in. So if you didn't, that's fine. Let's go ahead, jump right into the Robo Trader and take a look at the trade that we already have. We put on earlier this morning. So getting into the Robo Trader here. There we go. As you can see right now, we have GameStop in the portfolio up about 0.5%. Got in 27.33. Currently it's trading at 27.45. Coming up right against a intraday resistance point. That 27.50 level seems to be a pretty decent ceiling that we're looking to break. So we'll keep an eye on that as this goes forward, but this is going to be a swing trade. This is not going to be a day trade unless something crazy happens today, which I don't foresee. For the most part, this will just be a swing trade. Wanted to get into the portfolio as we speak. So wanted to get everybody up to date with what's going on in the portfolios. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and start to get into some trading here today. Who's ready to see some trading? If you're ready to see some live trading, smash that like button and type in VV Nation into the chat. Let's get that going. Let's get you guys seems like everybody needs to wake up a little bit. Everybody's, getting started with here. How do I find you on Twitter? So Lewis, right below me, you can see my Twitter handle at PRFrance88. So you can find me there. But yeah, there's some VV Nations. There we go. Let's get some energy going here today. It's a Friday. It's the end of the week. Let's get some good trades going. Let's make some money here today. All right. So with that, let's go ahead. Start to look for some candidates here. So we'll go in, take a look at one of my favorite searches. For anybody not familiar with it, the Daily Boomers % price change. By far one of my favorite searches inside the VectorVest 7 software. All right, so let's go ahead, take a look at some of these. So a few of these I was looking at earlier. QNY or GY was a trade I was looking at before we went live this morning, or before we went live today. I was looking at this downtrend. You saw it hit right up against that, never was able to break above it. And then in 1 minute, got halted, dropped from a high of 417 all the way down to 326. So looking back at it though, 325 was where I had a support floor. We can see we came right down to that point, holding. Still haven't been able to break this overall downtrend. Also, volume was drying up a little bit, which kept me away from getting into it though. But we'll definitely keep an eye on this one here today. NUVL, not a whole lot of volume for what we're seeing so far, especially with a nice day that we're having so far. I want to see more trading activity coming in. BDTX moving in the right direction, but what you see in the past, like this here, is most likely what you're going to get in the future. So probably going to skip on that one for right now. EGHT, really just flat, need to see some new life coming in. PFSI, moving sideways currently. Bill, unfortunately, I'm constrained to how much room I have, so you know, unfortunately I can't control that. You know, the better thing is getting or putting it on the big TV. I know some of you guys do that. Rumble looking pretty good right now, seeing some new life coming into it. But yeah, definitely, you know, that's one thing I know some of you guys do is put it on a big TV. You can do that. That would definitely be able to allow it to look a little bit bigger for you. And then I see Diana coming in as a new subscriber. Welcome to the VV Nation, Diana. Glad to have you here today. All right, so jumping into the trade, looking at Rumble right now. Rumble having a nice little run up here, but is it overextended? Well, everything is showing that, you know, the stock is running, which I think we can all agree upon. But at the same time, we are in that overbought territory, looking at the stochastics here. So for right now, if we're looking to jump on board with it, may want to be patient, wait for a pullback, and then take advantage of it on that dip there. Let's go take a look at the next. DXCM, really just moving sideways most of the day. Big gap up right out of the gate, but not too much after that. APPF, not enough volume. SRSK, looking for decent liquidity and a nice trend forming, or at least a setup for a trend forming. Pineapple Energy, nothing really going on up until just this point. Let's go ahead, zoom in. So at this stage, you have a level of resistance at 403. You have a level of support down here around 394. Looking at that big selling pressure here makes me a little hesitant to jump on board. Let's wait to see if it can break out of this sideways move. MOGU, just no real trading volume. TAL, let's zoom. Oh, delete that. Turn off the horizontal line. Zoom out a little bit. Don't like what we're seeing here. Moving in the wrong direction currently. ATHX. I like what we're seeing, but just not enough volume at the moment. And then TECL, great run earlier this morning. Now starting to hit a pattern of lower highs and lower lows by the most basic definition, putting us in a downtrend. But what we're looking for now at this point, a breakout of these lower highs. That would indicate that downtrend is dissipating and a new uptrend is starting to form. Keep your eye on that one. All right, so we'll take a look at, we'll add TECL in here. Let's get some other ones. PEGY just in case. And then what else do we have? RUM. And we'll put in QNGY as well, just in case. We'll keep an eye on that one. All right, so let's go ahead, put them in here. Let's see, what were the others? Tech L and then PEGY. There we go. So we'll keep an eye on some of these trades as we go through today's session here. All right, so while we're waiting on some of these trades, I want your guys' insight. Now that we have our VV Nation inside or in our stream here today, I want your guys' insight. There's some ideas that I've been looking or considering to kick off 2023. But before I spend a lot of time, putting it together for you guys, I want to know if it's something that you'd be interested in. So, Rumble, this is what we were waiting for. It looked a little overextended. Let's be patient. So, how many of you type in a 1 into the chat if you guys follow us on Reddit, or if you follow the VectorVest page on Reddit? Type in a 2 if you do not follow the VectorVest Reddit page. I'm curious to see how many of you guys are on there and how many of you aren't. And how many of you guys, if there was something that would be a fun user competition would join into it. So I'm seeing a lot of 2s. That's fine. So one of the things that I've noticed that Reddit has the capability of, the reason why I'm asking this, one of the features that Reddit has the capability of is starting what they call tournaments, where it basically gives you free coins, if you will, or tokens that you can place bets on whatever the question is. So let's say, for example, Apple. It's before the earnings call yesterday. If we made a post saying, what do you think Apple will do tomorrow? And then give you 3 different options that you guys could place bets on. And if you win that, you win your coins back plus some. And we did like a trading competition basically that way. How many of you folks, or how many VV Nation members would be interested in having a friendly competition between other VV Nation members, like a trading competition over on our Reddit page? Because I think it would be fun, but if I don't want to go ahead and get all that set up if nobody's going to be joining into it. So let me know. Type in, all right, new question. Type in a 1 into chat if you guys would like to have a trading competition starting off for 2023. Type in a 2 if you guys wouldn't be interested in joining into a trading competition. This would just be between you guys. We'd get at first probably take a just a freebie approach, get familiarized with it, make sure we get all the kinks worked out. But then once we have all that worked out, maybe we could incorporate it doing some other things, having some giveaways associated with it, some prizes associated with it. But I'd be interested to know your guys' thoughts on that. I see a lot of 1s, a few 2s, and a physical challenge, maybe. But yeah, I'm curious about that. And if you guys would be interested in something like that, I'd love to get that set up and get that started before the end of the year, so that way it's ready to go for the beginning of 2023. But I wanted to gauge, get a insight on some interest of it before figuring all of that out and working on that to get it ready for the end of the year. So, all right, I'm seeing a lot of 1s. Okay. So yeah, for all the people that didn't know we were on Reddit, yes, if you go to Reddit, we have our subreddit, the VectorVest subreddit. You can go and join that. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. We haven't really done a whole lot with it, and so they've asked me to start working on that, and I wanted to start working on our Reddit page, but I wanted to have some fun things to get you guys to want to come back and want you guys to interact with. So festive feat of strength competition, maybe, John. But yeah, so I was curious about that, wanted to see your guys' thoughts on that as well. All right, let's go look at the market. Market's breaking through resistance, starting to move higher. Let's go through some of our list here. Okay, so PEGY starting to see a little bit of a run. Let's go ahead. Watching it. Not joining in quite yet. We got to be patient. 1 minute doesn't make a trend, and this is why we're patient. Because if you look at it, ran up big, but then came right back down, indicating most of that volume, if not pretty much all of it, is selling pressure. Deborah, can anyone join VectorVest Reddit or just members? Anybody can join, Deborah. So this would be open to the public. It would be something that, at least as far as I can tell, so just looking at it initially, it would be open to anybody that wanted to join. I don't know if I can do any sort of restrictions, but if I can, I may even put, once we get the everything worked out, all the kinks worked out, I may be interested in doing that as just a VV member, but anybody can be part of our Reddit page. But doing the competitions, I'm considering, at first letting everybody join, and then maybe when we do the giveaways aspect of things, making it to where everybody has to be, or if you want to join in on the competition for the giveaways, you would have to be a subscriber. So, or maybe not. We'll have to see. All right, so I'm liking what I'm seeing with this one. Starting to see renewed interest. Let's be patient, though. 409. Waiting to see if we can get out of that resistance zone there. So if I did get in at 4, let's say right now, I have some support down here that we could use. Being patient with it. Whew, big up move on that one. Whoops. Forgot to put the period. That makes a big difference. All right, let's go ahead, put it in order, see if I get filled. If I don't, that's fine. If I do, we're off to the races. So, looking at the trade here, we have the nice run up, stalling out a little bit. I'm going to go ahead, bring this over here so I can see it better. Is that Pineapple Express? It most certainly is, Jay. All right. Keeping an eye on it. I don't see my order getting filled. I think it may have moved a little bit too far away. So Bill, I don't have those types of capabilities to do a competition like that in Facebook or YouTube. It's not something that you would watch. It's more like a social media platform more so than anything else. So it's not something that, you would have to go in and watch on a regular basis. It would just be something you'd be scrolling through to join in. You don't have to join in as well. So that's fine. It was just something I was curious about to see if anybody was interested in it. But I don't have those capabilities doing it with Facebook or YouTube. Reddit does give me those capabilities because every platform's a little bit different. Can't get much energy from pineapples. They don't burn well. Well, they're not supposed to be burnt. Charred a little bit, maybe on a chicken sandwich or something. That could be pretty good. Put an order for... yeah, apparently, JM. Extra space, Santa smaller. I have no control over that, Ravi. That is part of something that comes with the layout, the default way of the layout here. All right, so I have support at 413. Looks like it's going to pull back a little bit. I'm keeping my order in right now. Right now, I have my order. Let's see. Where did that go? Where did my order take it? Okay, didn't click. That's why. All right. So I have my order at 414, 1 penny above that support floor there. So that's what I'm going to be waiting for, is it to get filled. It gives me a tight stop. If it doesn't instantly turn back around, continue to move higher. Then I'm out of it, cut my loss quickly, move on. Let's see if we get filled though. Came down to 417. Just being patient with it. I'm not going to try to chase the trade. If it just starts ramping up, that's fine. I'll just close out the order, move on. So we're just, I don't think it's going to get filled. It looks like it may be starting to take off once again. But if it does, that's fine. Just close out, move on. All right, TECL coming back down, retesting that support. No, I wasn't in the Derby this morning. Coming back down, retesting that downtrend line. Let's see if we start to get a pop off of that point. Volume really isn't giving too much insight that it will. RUM possibly reversing, starting to hit lower highs. Let's see if that leads to lower lows right now. All right. I may take that order off the table because at this point, if it pulls back, it looks like it's starting to roll over a little bit. And if it's coming down, that 413, actually, I'm going to adjust my entry down to 413. Come on. There we go. $413. Well, Glenn's out, and Fridays I got, so for anybody who's not familiar with it, I've been doing foreign markets for years now, for at least 6-7 years. So on Fridays, everybody knows that we do our timing the markets at for the US and Canada, but we also do them for all the other markets that we track. So I'd take care of Australia. I used to take care of Australia, EU, UK, possibly some other ones for time to time, but those were the three that I really tracked most of the time, or that I really did most of the time. Now I pretty much just take care of Australia, and Australia is ready to go first thing in the morning. So I am not, well, not first thing, but pretty close to first thing in the morning. So I'm not usually available on Friday mornings to be able to do Jockey Club, which is why I'm not there on Fridays. And which is why I posted this till noon today, rather than having it right out of the gate. Plus, we have Jockey Club going on right out of the gate too. So there's other time constraints or time conflicts there that don't allow me to be there on Fridays. Unfortunately, Robbie. All right, hitting that 413, right down to support. Let's see. Should be getting filled. Waiting to see it come through. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. So PEGY got into it, up 0.69% so far. Nice. All right, let's see if this support holds. This is the thing. This is why I adjusted my stops down to where I did. 413 is our hard line to stand. So if it closes below that point, I minimize my loss and get out of the trade quickly. But if the trade bounces off support like it's looking like right now, then I got in at a good price and I'm up from here. So starting off with a nice little gain baked into the trade right out of the gate. Love to see that. That's probably the best thing you could possibly do. But at the same time, we got to be patient. We've got a tight stop, and this is what it's all about. Probability. You know, the probability that it bounces off is pretty good off a strong support floor. But if it doesn't, well, I have to know when I'm going to cut my loss quickly. So that's where my line in the sand comes into play. And if it stays above that point, that means I'm either making money or the stock's moving sideways. Either way, I'm not losing money, and that's fine. Is Peggy a day trade, watch, or for longer holds? So this is going to be a day trade, Lou. My GameStop position is the day trade, or excuse me, is the swing trade. All right, there we go. Up about 1% so far. Percent in 2 minutes. Not bad. I'll take that. I don't like the way this current candle is forming, but the minute's not over yet. There we go. Come on, let's get going. So be impatient with it. I really like Steve for Jockey Club. I mean, Steve knows what he's talking about. That's the thing is, any one of us, Glenn, myself, or Steve, I don't think you can really go wrong. That's the great thing about the Jockey Club and having the different instructors there is that you learn different ways of being able to tackle different styles of trading. You get lots of different opinions or different views, and that helps you become a more well-rounded investor, trader, whatever you want to call it. So there's, really, I personally think it's a huge benefit, something that is unique to what we do here at VectorVest, because it's not just, one thing set in stone. It's teaching you guys a lot of different aspects of trading, from day trading to swing trading, what to look for, different types of setups. So that way you can become a more diversified investor, find what really fits you the best. So, that's something that is unique with our Jockey Club that nowhere else out there can provide. So, I think Steve does a phenomenal job. Glenn does a great job. You really can't go wrong with any of them for most of the time. All right, so getting into it. Peggy up 1.69% right now. At 420, we're up 1.69%. Let's go. Let's see it continue to climb. I want to see it right now. I want to see our next level of resistance at 425 be retested and broken through. They sing, dance, and they tell jokes. Can't complain about that then. All right, let's go. Let's see it start to climb higher here now. Back to retesting that level of resistance at 425 once again. At 425, we should be up decently in that trade, giving us that nice little cushion that we like to see. But on a shorter time frame, zooming in, on a shorter time frame, this is now a weak level of resistance at 420, which we're at right now. We break past this, there we go. So I'll move that back down, keeping an eye on it, starting to see volume kicking back in. Is that going to push us up back to that 425 level? Let's see. We're getting a lot of this recently. So we failed to hold above that 420, 421 realistically. Got 10 more seconds. Let's see if we can do it though. 1.5% so far, almost 2%, bouncing around between 1.5%, 2% so far on this one. This needs a spell check. That'd be cool if they had a spell checker inside the chat there. Just being patient with it. There we go. Just trying to hold above that 421. Up 2.25 right now. Keeping an eye on the trade though. And that's the thing is down here, this 413, this is our entry. This is also our line in the sand. So at worst case scenario, we break and lose maybe a couple of cents a share. I'm fine with that. Best case scenario, we see this 421 level hold. This becomes our new line of sand. Once we break past that 425, that becomes our new line of sand. So we just move our stop up to make sure that we're locking profit in. The chosen coffee. All right. Also, why we're here, why you guys are all here, make sure, as always, smash that like button. Share the stream. Get this out there, because right now, it's not just about the trading. This is really, we're here doing this trading for you guys to learn, but we want to raise that money for Levine Children's Hospital. So make sure, get everybody in here. We got quite a lofty goal set here for us all, and it's going to take the whole entire community to reach these goals. So, all right, are we going to be able to hold? Okay, so we got back above that 421 resistance level, short-term resistance. So that is our new floor now. We want to see it back up above 425. It closed in the upper 50% of that range, which is a positive sign on stronger volume, telling us there is buying pressure coming in. But we got to see this minute hold. If not, I have nothing. There's nothing wrong with taking a quick percent gain and moving on. Let's see. Got 10 more seconds on this minute. All right, so it failed to hold above. Preview my order, just getting it ready. All right, I've got it in. Come on. Let me see if it finalized. All right. Watching this here. Putting it back up. A lot of activity going on right now. And this is why position sizing is important. Because of position sizing, one bad trade will not wipe out the whole entire portfolio. And even at this, I mean, right now at the lows, we were down 2%. I'm okay with this. This is why we're patient, waiting for the right opportunities there. Huh? Did it sell? Why didn't it take? Let's go change that again. has already been replaced. Okay. Let's go ahead, close out of that. Go ahead, close the position. Order status on the home page. So I guess it already closed. Just not updating on my end. All right. Let's try editing it here. Ah, that's why. Let's go ahead, update it there. All right. Canceling that. Pending the cancellation. Refresh it. Ah, so it did sell. Okay. All right, so out. Met my stop at the 413. Out. That's fine. So actually it closed out for 407. So, all right. Lost 5 cents a share on that one, or 6. Wait, 407. So, yeah, 5 cents a share, or 6 cents a share. All right, I can take that. Less than 2%, about 1.5%. I'm okay with that one. All right, so let's see. Still have our GME trade, and that's up about 0.25%. Tech L finally saw the breakout, retested, now starting to run. So once we're done with the trade, as always, no need to try to see it again. Not emotional, not trying to get back in, chasing it once again. Let's go take a look at the market. Whoo! All right, what's going? Something's rocking and rolling here today. Let's see. Let's go back and take a look. Let's find something else. Rum is still, I mean, after that pullback, you saw the higher low being formed. You had the lower high. Lower high didn't get validation for a lower low, then ran up to that new high there. Let's see. NGM, smooth and steady, but volume though. The volume is the issue with that one. I want to find something that's running big here today. So one of the things, as a swing trade candidate, this is one that I've been keeping an eye on. And I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, doesn't make any sense, especially after what we saw with Amazon earnings. But FNGU, going on a 6-month basis. Actually, let's go on in 1 year. Looking at price action. Price action steadily moving lower. MACD moving higher here. We do have that bullish divergence, which suggests that upside potential may outweigh downside risk. But the big kicker here is we need to see this downtrend starting to break. So what we're looking for If we can break out above this downtrend here, that could be the new entry that we're looking for. If it can't, if this downtrend line holds, then we simply hold off, wait for the opportunity to arise. But right now, you know, they always say the time to buy is when there's blood in the streets. Well, with Amazon having the disappointing earnings, who else was it? Meta had disappointing earnings. There is some blood in the streets there with some of these bigger tech companies and could be getting a new buying opportunity in the near future. So this is one to keep on your radar. I'm waiting for the breakout before buying, but I definitely like what we're seeing with this one. GME finally starting to break that 2750 level. There we go. Can it hold though? That's the big question. Can it hold? Look at the markets. Markets are running right now. Let's go take a look at some of our top VST stocks currently. It's a harder time to find those runners. Yeah, Jay, I completely agree with you. You know, the best possible times in the day to catch runners for the upside are by far the mornings. 9:30 till 10:30 or so. By far the best times to look for some big runners right out of the gate. Best times for shorts, that last hour of trading. So from 3 o'clock, sometimes 2:30 even, all the way up until about 4 o'clock. You can find some great short candidates to trade, take advantage of that overextension. Yeah, but unfortunately, I'm using the same account that we use for the Jockey Club, so I don't have the ability to do that. I would love to do our Trading for Charity event when the market opens, but unfortunately, I'm not able to use that account during those time frames. All right, let's go zoom out a little bit. FANG, possible reversal. Be careful with this one for anybody that's trading those. We do have oil data coming out at some point here today as well. LNG, another one that's consolidating right now. So, Jay, this one's for you right here. I'm going to delete this resistance level. Put on the freehand line. And what do we have? Jay, what do we have? There you go. Yep, so we have a wicked wedge. We have some consolidation showing on LNG currently. Now, we do see, as of today, we're potentially getting ready to break out of the consolidation to the upside. But one day doesn't make a trend. We need to be patient, and we need to wait for follow-through. That's what we're really looking for here with this one. Oh, delete that. Wedge Nation. There you go. All right, so PBF, once again, saw the weakness yesterday, not really getting the follow through to the downside quite yet, but not really getting, seeing invalidation here either. All right, something's going on. Hold on. Let's get out of here. Go back into our graphs. Whoo! Talk about some volume finally kicking in. So, GME, I talked about it in our Jockey Club on Tuesday. This is something that I've been watching. I talked about it as well during our AMA on yesterday afternoon, or Wednesday afternoon. We zoom out, looking at it from an end-of-day standpoint. With GME, you've been in this tight sideways channel. Realistically, 2780 or so is where we've seen a level of resistance hit once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Today's the 5th time. We also have this support down here at 2418 that has not been able to break. Actually, I'd even lower that down a little bit and say 24 even to be more realistic. So we've been in this really tight channel for what, about a month or so now at this point. Now possibly breaking out to the upside. This is why I added it into the portfolio, because it looked like it was getting ready to run. You're seeing some new life coming into it. I like what we're seeing so far. Let's go. There we go. All right. Oh yeah, let's get back into it. Taking a look at some of our top VST stocks. All right. So REPX, YPF, careful on this one for anybody following it. Higher highs, lower highs. STLD, pulling back right now. You saw the reversal here, starting to roll over a little bit. So oil all looks overextended right now. Let's go see. Let's go ahead and put it in here. So, looking at drip. Clear these out. Had this pullback. I'm surprised we're not seeing this a lot higher here right now. Based off what we're seeing with a lot of the top petroleum stocks, I'm really surprised we're not seeing this higher right now currently. How about Schwab? Let's take a look. SCHW. Ooh, SCHW. You had the cup being formed, possible handle right here with the breakout now. I realistically would move this up more so to this level. Where is that? Right around 77.25 or so. That would be my level of resistance. We broke through that here today. One day doesn't make a trend. So Dave, I like this trade. I like this look. MACD finally starting to get into positive territory. What we're looking for, though, is confirmation of this breakout. Just because it's broken out right now, there's still a lot of trading left for the day. Plus, we need to step back a little bit and make sure that, you know, this isn't just a one-day trend and that it can sustain these levels. If I'm possibly holding a stock as a swing trade, no less than 3 months. So let's see. If I'm swing trading no less than 3 months chart, and if I sell or buy my long trades, the day trading strategy, I sell at the top, never wait for rebounding. I mean, yeah, that's really the main thing is, you know, whether you're swing trading or day trading, you still want to follow the same approach. I personally am a little bit more aggressive, so I'm willing to trade more frequently. That's why you see me keep such a tight stop on my trade. So if it doesn't go my way right out of the gate, giving me a little bit of cushion baked into it right away, I'm fine with just cutting it and moving on. You know, there's 9,200 stocks that we track in the US markets right now. There is no need to settle for just one of those. So I will, you know, I'm fine with, you know, running through multiple stocks to find the one that really gives me the best success. So that's the way I look at it. I don't want to stick around and wait for a 10% down before I'm cutting my position. If it's down 4 or 5%, move on. Wait, that's the Jockey Club one. Where's the one? Trading for Charity. There we go. This is our modified version of our daily boomers. Let's go ahead and graph these. QNGY, that volume just drying up. A lot of these. The volume getting lighter throughout the session here today. Art Capital. I like what we're seeing. Nice and steady move higher here. Let's go zoom out. Whew. Let's go zoom out even more. All right. So this is a strategy that I've got to give credit to a guy by the name of Dr. Wish. wishingwealthblog.com, I think, or wishingwealthblog.org. He talks about the strategy of green line breakouts. The way you play these, when a stock gaps up to a 1-year high, you put your line of sand at the low of that day. So I'm going to add this to our portfolio. There we go. Let me pull this over. Pending orders open. I'm going to go ahead and just buy it at market. It's going to be a swing trade. So we'll use the prudent profit locker stops as well on that trade. So yeah, Ben, it's the green line breakout is what he called it, or what he coined the phrase as. But basically, when a stock gaps up to a new 1-year high, that is a great early sign that the stock has potential to continue to run. But how do you know it's going to continue to run? Well, you put your line of sand at the low of that gap up day. And as long as it continues, as long as it stays above that point, you're good. If it goes below that, you're out. So I have some stops, the profit locker prudent stops put on it, but I will also keep an eye on this. So if I'm not available or around at the time to stop it out if it goes below this line of sand, then I do have that backup plan of knowing that the profit locker pro stops are on it. Would you please look at view? Sure, we can look at view. Let's go into the graphs. It's called the green line breakout. If you search for the wishingwealthblog.org, I think it is, you can find it there. GameStop testing that level of resistance at the 27 or 2780 level. I'm going to move that up even. 2780, where are you? That was the end of day resistance level. There we go. All right, let's go take a look at view. Whew. So view, 1, below my $2 mark, so I wouldn't be trading it right now anyways. 2, yesterday you had a big up day, but look at that tall wick on top of that candle. That indicates a lot of selling pressure going on here. So with that being said, if we see today finishing off in the red, that's confirmation of the reversal we saw yesterday. You could have definitely made some money as a day trade on that big up day if you were quick and nimble with your entries and exits. But if you weren't, you're going to be paying the price, especially on a low dollar stock like this where every penny matters. All right, jumping back into it. Let's go see. Oh, let's go back into here. All right, you know what? I can't do it. So view is a no, not from what I see. Based off of that chart, clear reversal, getting follow through as of right now. Strong volume. Whenever you're looking at a chart, always look for big spikes in volume because those can be a great guide into where to pay attention to on the chart. What I mean by that is when you see this big spike here, way higher relative to what it had been trading at for months, look at that candle. Tall upper wick indicates a lot of selling pressure on top of or at the tops there, that $2 range. Came all the way back down from almost $2 to now $1.20. So yes, this does not make sense holding on to or even getting into right now, especially in a long-term downtrend. There's times to take risk, but you also have to have that setup to know that, hey, it's okay to take that risk. All right, GME's off to the races now. Where did all this volume come from? That's what I want to know. Looking at the market. Market's still rallying. Market's still moving up nicely. Up 3.5, over 3.5% so far in that GME trade since this morning. Not bad. I'll take that. Going through some of our ETFs. Not really seeing anything too tantalizing quite yet. View makes some interesting products. That's fine. But I don't really care. I don't know about the stock, what they do. I don't care anything about that. All I care about is the charts, Roger. Because the charts don't lie. The charts are just numbers, and it's all about interpreting the numbers the right way. Be the best company ever, but if the charts aren't looking good, or there's no interest in that stock, simple as that. Stay away from it. So while they may make some interesting products, the charts right now do not say we should be taking any trades on it. Charts or graphs are completely non-emotional. All right, so let's go see. Continuing to run. I like seeing that. So 2780 was my end of day resistance level. We're currently above that point. If we put on here 2813 is our new support from the high right out of the gate this morning. Hey, Jay. Thanks for being here. Glad to see you. Hopefully you have a good weekend as well. All right, so let's go back. Let's go here. Let's see. Few oil stocks. Some interesting names coming in. ACGL. Let's go take a look at some of the others. Is it a good time to get in? I mean, everybody's their own trader, their own investor, and has to make their own investment decisions. But as I was stating, we'll come back to that and take a look at the chart here in a second. All right, IMO. I like it if we can get to a new high here. ACGL, we got into this. That's already in there. That's going to be as a swing trade. ZYXI, big sell-off right after the big run-up. Slow and steady moving higher, but not a whole lot of volume, and also potentially rolling over right now. And then TEN, just no real trading volume on those. So let's go into it. GME. Pull up a new one, end of day, so we don't mess up our intraday graph. So at GME, we were in this tight channel between 2780 was our level of resistance here. And then 24 even was our level of support. So from a technical standpoint, regardless of anything going on in the background with the stock, from a purely chart standpoint, you have this tight channel with a potential breakout occurring as of today. Now, if you want to take a more prudent approach to it, what you could do is simply wait for confirmation, wait to make sure first and foremost that it stays above this and closes above this level by the end of the day today, and then gets followed through tomorrow. Or from more of an aggressive standpoint, if you wanted to jump in now, you have this level at 2780 as your line in the sand that you could use. So there's two different ways you could play the same stock regarding or just depending on your personal preference or personal, risk tolerance there. All right. So hopefully that answers your question. Markets still rocking and rolling. Looks like they may be pulling back a little bit, setting up for a potential reversal in the near future, so be careful of that. Looking at Schwab. Once again, I like the look. Make sure we can stay above this support floor down here, but with the gap up, that gives you a nice line in the sand at that low at 78.08 there. See, drip still not really giving the look that we want to see. View. All right. go into some bottom fishing searches. Let's go look at the homepage. What's doing the best? The NASDAQ. NASDAQ is running right now, folks. NASDAQ's up 2.2%. And that was starting off down the hole quite significantly this morning. Whew. All right. Let's go back into Unisearch. So, this isn't my account. Never mind. I don't have it created here. Basically, let's go here and change this from the S&P 500. Take that out. Where is it? Is it under? Yeah. Special watch list. NASDAQ 100. Okay. Run the search. So basically, we're taking a bottom fishing search for the S&P 500 and customizing it to the NASDAQ. Let's go ahead and graph these. See if we're noticing any big movers. Let's go zoom out a little bit. Meta, whew, getting hit pretty hard. Okay, TA. Looking for some bottom fishing opportunities, but not seeing anything quite yet. ALGN, great stock. Just been in, with this bear market that we've been in. It's been a hard time for them. AMD, another great stock. Just struggling. Match, another one. Amazon broke down below that support down here at around $100 a share. If it can hold this $100 mark, this could be an interesting one to get into because that would show that this support is strong enough to hold. And it may start moving higher from here. DocU, another big name, but just moving in the wrong direction. I'm looking for some type of either divergence or something that's screaming that, we've got a good potential candidate here. Tesla's an interesting one. All right, Microsoft. Microsoft's an interesting one if it can hold today. All right, so getting out of here, jumping back into it. You know what? We're going to start winding things down for the day. Looking at GameStop. GameStop seeing huge increase in volume, huge run up right now, up over 5% on that trade. So only accepts PayPal, which I don't use. Well, PayPal, because of the way it is, it's better to use the PayPal rather than doing the 30% that YouTube takes if you try to do the super chats there. So, I mean, we can only do what we can do with the tools that we have available to us or that are out there. So, unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot to say with that one. You can also do the direct donation, Roger, to Levine using that second link. That takes you and that donates directly to Levine. So, if you don't want to do the one that goes to us for the gifts and stuff, that's fine. It's totally up to you. You can also do the link, the secondary link there that donates directly to Levine Children's Hospital. So either one. All of it goes towards them anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's personal preference. All right, so on that note, we've been live for over an hour here. We're going to start winding things down, let everybody get on with their weekend, get their weekend started. Everybody seems to be slowing down a little bit anyways. Everybody seems excited or getting itchy for the weekend. So we'll start winding things down. Once again, thank you all for hanging out with me today. Don't forget, starting next week, we have week 2. We will be live on Tuesday and once again on Friday at noon Eastern right here on the VectorVest YouTube channel. So I hope to see you guys there. Plus, we have some great content coming out for you. So make sure, as always, if you're not already a subscriber to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the VectorVest YouTube channel. Turn on notifications, like the video, tell everybody about this, or share the word, because all this is going to help kids, folks. So it's up to you guys if you want to help them. If you don't, well, That's your that's your personal choice there. So with that, thank you all for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your trading day. Have a great weekend. And until Monday or until Tuesday, I will see you guys later. Also, if you want to stay up to date with any of the trades that we got going on, make sure to follow me on Twitter, following the Twitter handle right below. So on that, thank you all once again. Have a great weekend. Be safe out there, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Toodles.